Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot with some potentially very exciting Jurassic World Evolution news. Now, the method from which this news has been found is pretty reliable and I have no problem believing it, but as per usual with any information that comes from any source other than Frontier themselves, you should take it with a big grain of salt. A grain of salt so large that the salt people would worship it if they weren't all killed in the Salt Wars. Yes, but as I say, I do find it pretty reliable myself, reliable enough that I think we can talk about it. And what has been found is this image right here. This is a string search by a user, They Are Legit Lit, posted yesterday on the subreddit, so shout out to them. And what they've done is search for the term 93 DLC, as in, Jurassic Park 1993, the original Jurassic Park, and that has turned up a result in the Jurassic World Evolution files using a program called InfoRapid, which just lets you search for your own files. You could do this with Notepad if you knew where to look. You could do this with anything. It's a very non-invasive kind of process. It's just looking at files that we all own on our PCs right this second. Anyways, the 93 DLC has been found. Also found has been 93 Auto. Now, if we assume a 1993 DLC was going to exist, it makes sense that it would be a separate campaign in the same way that Claire's Sanctuary was. So that would make a lot of sense that we also get a file saying 93 Auto. I don't really have much else to add on that. It's been a minute and a half. We found 93 DLC. Like, obviously this is reference to Jurassic Park 1993. The 4chan leak, which just keeps being proven right over and over again. I imagine Frontier aren't really that happy about that. The 4chan leak keeps getting proven right. They said that the next big DLC for Jurassic World Evolution after Claire's Sanctuary was going to be a Jurassic Park 1993 DLC. And here we are. This was only added 2 days or so after Claire's Sanctuary was released into the game. So if you search for 93 DLC 3 or 4 weeks ago, it wouldn't have shown up. Claire's Sanctuary comes out, the game updates, and this file gets added as they begin work on the next major DLC, which seems to be 1993 DLC. I mean, I'm imagining an alternate campaign where you go back to the original Jurassic Park, we get some original skins and maybe even models. That would be pretty cool. You could have them as their own new dinosaur, 1993 Rex, 1993 Raptor, stuff like that. And you've got to rebuild or just revamp the original Jurassic Park, or you're giving it and you have to save it or blah blah blah, I don't know, but the point is a 1993 DLC seems to be on the way. All the signs are pointing towards it, and this is the first sign we've seen of it being actually in game. Now, just to stoke that fire a little bit more, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, not long after the release of Claire's, because the SteamDB database thingamajiggy, that's Steam database for Jurassic World Evolution, got updated. Now this shows us all the DLC currently in the game, but it also shows us DLC that's in the game and being worked on, but hasn't been released to the public yet. And we noticed that there was a file there. There was a file there added just after the release, or just before the release of Claire's Sanctuary. I think it was just after. There's a file added to the game just after the release that coincides pretty well with the timing of finding this 93 DLC. So they finish Claire's Sanctuary, they begin work on the next big DLC, and I suspect it's still 4 to 5 months away. If this DLC does exist, which pretty confident it does, then I think we'll probably see it in November to December time. They seem to have like a 6-month schedule for the bigger DLCs. Dr. Gru was 6 months ago, Claire's Sanctuary came out this summer. Another 6 months or so for Jurassic Park 1993 would make a lot of sense. November to December this year if I had to guess, but either way, I don't really have anything to add. That's just really exciting news. It's found, it's in the files, 93 DLC, 93 Auto, it's out there, and it's probably being worked on, and this is our first confirmation from a more official source. I know everyone believes the leak, and frankly I believe the leak at this point as well, because the evidence is overwhelming. It wasn't at the start, that's why I didn't, but the evidence is overwhelming for the leak, and it ties up, everything ties up, so get excited, I guess. I think this is probably enough information to get at least a little bit excited about the potential for a 1993 DLC campaign. If such a DLC were to exist, ladies and gentlemen, what would you want to see? How would that campaign ideally work for you? What's your dream scenario for a Jurassic Park 1993 DLC? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you're excited. I'm definitely excited. And I'll see you lovely folks next time. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.